We'll see. I am alive. Hey, how you doing? Just listing. Just listing. Listing all day. 'Cause that's what I do okay. Hmm. Wow, this is so dark. What the hell? Oh, okay, it's just me. Woohoo! Going live. Do, 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 do. Umph. Going live. Taking a lot of pictures, getting them ready for an auction. I've been doing more and more auctions on eBay. It's almost like the old days. So I scored a whole bunch of precious moments. I mean, I got a lot of them. A lot of them. For fairly cheap. And they're, you don't, they've not been good sellers over the past years because they're like, everywhere. But these are in their boxes. Some of them have never been out of their boxes. You can tell it's got all the original tags and the original smell, if there is such a thing. But some of them are really cute. Okay, you're more than welcome to. Anytime, Roman, anytime. Let's see. So, yeah. Sugar time. Hey, Rebecca. This thing's so cute. Can't believe I just used the word cute. But here we go. Got its original wrapping on it. A Nesco bubble wrap. Well, cheese. Cheese is my favorite food product. You live in the land of heaven to me. So, yeah. I like cheese covered cheese, deep fried with cheese. You can tell. Hankering for a hunk of cheese. Yeah, I'm not much of a beer. I'm not much of an alcohol fan much anymore. I think I grew out of it. Oddly enough. I wonder if that means I'm growing up. Yeah. Yeah, I use beer to cook with. Seems like a waste of beer, but yeah, I use beer to cook with. Beer bread. Use beer instead of yeast. Let's see. Easiest damn thing in the world to make. pile of flour and put the beer in it. Use it as the things that raises the bread that makes it poofy. It's got to be self-rising flour, but yeah. Yeah, with the side of dipping cheese, actually. I like to dip my nacho cheese in regular cheese. I'm pretty sure. Gosh darn. No, don't select. Yeah, okay, I guess we can select from the gallery. Well, it seems like this one that I pulled out, people are trying to get $10 for. I'd say that's about. The really big ones, I'd say, are 10, maybe 15. I don't know. Honestly, for the price that I paid for all, I've got over 80 of them in the box. If I got $1 each, I'd more than triple my money. So this is another reason I'm going to put all these up to auction. I sell each one for $1. I've made money. So yeah, kind of a duh thing. Let's go to. I find that my eBay app can't keep up. I've got all these paid ship nows on here, but I did that already. What's up with that? Oh yeah, and link for Glammaz Closet auction Saturday below. Please go check it out. I'll be there. I'll be selling things. I've got a huge collection of Warner Brother, Disney, and Universal ties that I'm going to be getting rid of, and they're mine from way back in the day when I had a job where you had to wear a tie. And yep. And I'm also going to be selling Bill Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes. I don't know what you call it. Cartoon there. Which is also mine. I really don't want to get rid of it, but nobody else in the family wants it, so. I'll let it go for. I don't know. I'm going to ask 75 on it. I really want to ask more, but I won't. I want to try and raise money, so try not to ask too much. But that's a specialty product, so that's what I'm thinking about that. And then the ties, that's my old stuff. A lot of those were gifts from my sister, but I'm never going to wear a tie again except to my own funeral. And then why would I care? Kind of hard to put a tie in a urn full of ashes, but Car figurine, Sugar Town. Here's another thing I got to consider. All these precious moments, they all got their own little cliques, such as this is the Sugar Town stuff. There's a whole line of Sugar Town, and I have most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. I don't know whether to sell it. Oh, nah, I'm not going to do that. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick with what I'm going to do because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. Most of the time, anyway. Here's a congratulations one. 1986. $1992. Pet peeves. people going nuts just because something's vintage. People wanting to put big numbers on things just because they're vintage. Oh, but hey, shoot big. Always shoot big. If it doesn't sell, you know you went too big. Oh, 92. Bless 'em you. Oh, wow. That doesn't sound like. I wonder if that would fly in today's market. Stupid PC market. Name of this one is called Bless 'em you. Cute little Indian girl. Native American, whatever. I grew up with cowboys and Indians, so she's an Indian. She's cute. They all got all the paperwork. Big, big, big. See, this way? No, this way? No, this way. This way? No, this way. Like this. Yep, that's it. All right, well, take all these pictures, get them listed, not worry. I really don't care what they're selling for as long as they sell. And that's the thing about the auctions. Like I said, I've been doing more and more auctions. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. If auctions come back hot and heavy, I get in on the ride up that fad. And I'm no stranger to auctions, that's for sure. Big auction coming up this weekend, not just for Nate, but for me. Oh my God, what the heck is going on here? Oh, it's one of those. Oh, I hate those. What do I do with that thing? Here it is. Big two-day sale to go to. Which is this one? Republic of China, Taiwan. Yeah, we'll see about that. You mean I can send away for all this useless crap that somebody will buy off of me 20 years from now and sell it for a ridiculously low price? Awesome. Okay, this goes down in there. It's a congratulations, princess. So this would be good for. We've all seen them. We all know them. We all hate them. Can't give these things away half the time. Most of the time. But lately at auctions, I've been seeing at the live auctions I go to, I've been seeing these things start to sell more and more at a higher price. So don't. I'm just telling you what I've seen, what I've observed. I think these things are starting to come up in price. The nature of the biz. Hey, Glammaz, how you doing? Yeah, I keep forgetting I can do this too. Hey, Glammaz, make sure you check out the links below. Nateypie's buying so much coffee that he has to lay across the urinal to pee. And your link is below as well. Wondering if I should bring some of these to the party. I don't know what kind of crowd we're going to have. Yeah, Chuck did it too. Hey, look, I'm not really doing it for you, Glam. I hate to tell you that. I'm doing it for Nate. Nate's a friend of mine, and I want to make sure he's taken care of. I don't have any kid. I got a cat. Take care of my cat first, and then Nate. But you know, damn little things. Oh. I do have a problem with free shipping, however. Somebody hit you in the head. But whatever. It's for Nate, so I'll live through it. Shoot. Awesome people selling just the boxes. I love it. I guess I could do a benefits charity kind of auction on eBay. I've never really done anything like that. And all this time that I've been selling, I've never done a benefit for charity. But how many of us have? Please give to the Make Me Not Broke Foundation, care of Big Bro Auction. I've got vintage Barbies in the box, some vintage Disney ties and Universal ties, and an original cartoon. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this one's about a $7 one, so. Whew. Yeah. One. He said check with Chuck. He would be the closest to you. I'd like to raise money so he could go buy good disability lawyers because apparently his suck. So I'm on disability, so I know how it works. Oh, I gotta find a place to put this. Figure I'm gonna have a few items for one item is for people to buy, and then I'm trying to put together 2 lots of boxes that I can sell to resellers. Good items that I got for next to nothing that they could flip. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know why I put this back in there. Oh my. 5 people watching. Awesome. Hey, anybody wants to come in and hang out, they're more than welcome to do so. I'll flip a link out there. Let me know if you're interested. Oh, don't tell me you're interested. Just come on in. Promote whatever it is you want to promote. Yeah, Roman's a good co-host though. He's kind of fun, kind of fun. Funny guy. What is it about me that amuses you?
What's up, guys? Big Bro, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Roman?
What's new? How's life?
Well, life is what it is. Could be
Hello,
better.
hello, guys in the chat. My name is Roman. If you haven't known me before, or you don't know who I am, just in case. I think Glamour probably doesn't know who I am. Right, Glamour? Glamour, how you been? How's life? Glamour always comes up with funny jokes in the comments about different things. Let me pop out. Let me do the pop out chat. It's very important. My name is Irish.
No.
Let me do pop out chat because I didn't do an important thing, guys. I didn't do pop out chat. Pop
Pop
out
out.
comments. Man, you're doing great thing with that auction. It's really nice of you.
Yeah, Glammaz, really appreciate it. Beat me to it. But more people know you than they know me, and you're prettier. So
Man, I'm not
we'll
that
go
pretty.
to where all the ratings are.
I'm not that pretty, man. I don't know what happened. Maybe like 10 years ago.
A pretty man.
Maybe 10 years ago I was a little bit pretty, man. I don't know.
The
Maybe
word
when I was in high school.
I don't think the words pretty and man fit together very well.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Men are not supposed to be pretty, you know. Men supposed to have some kind of brain, you know, and work all the time, non-stop.
But I smell nice.
Glamour is right. I don't know if I smell nice today. I didn't check. Maybe I'm not. I have to find out from someone. But you're doing great thing, man. Actually, this is really cool. I mean, everyone who is doing this kind of, uh, auction type of stuff and fundraising, this is really cool. That's very important. I'm always for it, to help people. That's my nature, man. I cannot not help people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I feel bad right away if I don't, and then I go hit myself.
Mhm.
So what
Oh,
do you,
mother's mustache.
Ansley? Welcome. Ansley knows where I am all the time. She follows me around. Ansley knows I'm in different lives constantly. Ansley, I'm always in somebody's life. I don't do my own lives, but I'm a guest from now on. Man, I can tell you one thing. I have my tooth broke, and I have to go to the dentist on Friday. I think I'm gonna die, man, before Friday, man, because I've been not sleeping already for like since Sunday. Last two
Yeah.
days, last 2 days, man, it was not a good thing. And I was like, I called my dentist and said like it's an emergency. I cannot be in such a pain for so much. But there are more important people than me. I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right, Jeff. See, everyone is feeling threatened today. Roman goes to the best spots. Yes, I always go to the best spots. I'm gonna be in a couple of more lives today as a guest. Last Saturday I was a guest on the live for like almost. I think that live by itself was almost 11 hours, and I was on like for like almost probably 5 hours at least.
Good
And then,
grief.
and then I got so tired that I just fell asleep in 2 seconds. I actually went sourcing today, which is not something I like to do. After I go to the beans, I usually don't source like at all until the next Friday. Like Friday and Saturday, I usually source. But today I went and not so much stuff. I found this jacket right here. It's cool. Actually, I found a jersey, but this was from last week. But this is a cool jacket, guys. Check this out. This is vintage Pierre Cardin. I don't know, Big Bro, if you know who Pierre Cardin is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But Pierre
Yeah,
Cardin,
I did.
it's very cool vintage jacket, guys. Women's jacket, size extra large. So good size. Made in South Africa. It's very unusual. When I saw like it was made in South Africa,
Oh
I
my.
knew I knew it's gonna be something interesting. So yeah, look at this. Very cool pattern for women's jacket.
What the hell is going on here?
Zipper closure that doesn't work properly. I need to put some oil on it. But I checked comps, it sells for like $29, $30, 34.
Well, I think it'd sell something more than I don't know clothes. I don't do clothes. Clothes is blah to me, but
Oh man, me too. I
not
don't like.
putting down anybody that does it. I know it can be very good for you, but uh, yeah, not me.
I
But
don't like.
that thing looked neat.
I don't like clothing unless it's something like jerseys, sports jerseys, t-shirts. If I find t-shirts like vintage t-shirts, which is rare to find nowadays, unless you go to estate sales or garage sales, you're gonna find the vintage sometimes. You're gonna find vintage t-shirts and jerseys.
Yeah.
I would see. I found this right here last week. I found this at the thrift store. This is a Tom Brady.
Boo. Yeah, that'll sell.
Tom Brady, guys. Patriots. When he was with the Patriots. I was checking the price. It was $3.99, which was kind of weird. Look at that. You see it. $3.99 for Tom Brady jersey. So I guess I'm not sure. This is maybe fake, but this is Reebok.
I
So
agree with Glenn.
most likely it's not fake. See, there is a Reebok. I don't know if you see it. Probably you don't. But there is a Reebok page on the bottom. Bro, ooh, gross. That's right, Glamour.
Hey,
I don't
Roman.
like them.
Roman.
What's up?
I have a Peyton Manning jersey that is a 3XL and it's brand new. It doesn't have the tags. It used to be mine. I can't fit into that anymore. I'm another X above that. Yeah, it's I got it when after the year after Peyton Manning won, our one and only year in Indianapolis. So I don't know. Would it be worth me selling something like that? It's an officially licensed product. I don't know what to look for when I sell that stuff, which is why I haven't sold it. Otherwise, it would be gone
Yeah,
already.
if you wanna sell it, I think you can get a decent amount.
Well,
If
it's a
you
large size too, so
You'll get decent amount. Peyton Manning is a Hall of Famer. So
yeah,
like Brady, like Tom Brady. So
yeah. Unfortunately,
for any type of jerseys like that, you can get decent amount. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I think. I mean, it matters what type of size it is and like brand. Reebok was like vintage ones. There are some other ones that were vintage. Champion probably. Nike. I mean, there are a bunch of different manufacturers at the time who were doing the jerseys. So I mean, you can research.
yeah,
Uh, you can
yeah. I
look.
know how to do that.
Yeah, you know all about it, man.
I
You
just
sell
don't clothes is meh.
you sell vintage stuff, so you know how to research vintage clothing and other things. You know, I don't like to deal with clothing that much either, unless, like I said, I go to uh, thrift store or like estate sale sometimes, and I find some kind of T-shirt, which is kind of usually I never find single stitch, very rarely.
So what
I will
does the
find.
single stitch mean? Does that just mean it's old?
Yeah, it's like before a certain year. I think before 90, like 92, maybe around 1993. They were doing single stitch on sleeves on T-shirts. after 92 or 93, if I'm correct, I don't remember, but around that time, they were doing double stitch on sleeves. So like here, for example, on a t-shirt on this area, like on a sleeve, you will see like single stitching or double. You see single, that means it is a vintage, but also there may be a lot of fakes that you can find sometimes in anywhere that can be faked as a single stitch, so you never know. So make sure to, I mean, if you're not paying a lot, you can buy it, you know, just to be safe. Still have clothing. Yeah, me too, Jeff. A lot, actually. I have a lot of that a lot of clothing.
Not the 42 part.
Yeah, I actually kept some clothing from when I was in high school, and I have some T-shirts with like Marlboro. I have some T-shirts with a Marlboro man from like 1990
Wow.
that I wore in high school. The actually interesting part, they allowed to wear those types of T-shirts in the 90s. Right now, I'm not sure if they're gonna allow it. You know, with cigarettes and
Yeah,
like
it's
before, like in high school in the 90s, like mid 90s, they allowed kids to wear like weird logo T-shirt with beer, but like beer cans.
ah,
So I don't know. Probably not that current world. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, you never know. But I did wear it. Never was kind of, nobody told me anything, which was kind of nice. You know, I guess. I'm not reading any comments, guys. I'm leaving it to Big Bro to leave comments. I mean to read comments. Go ahead, naked Big Johnson. Sure. Jeff is cracking up jokes again.
yeah.
Jeff is like very funny guy. I think Jeff should join us. Drop the link for Jeff
Yeah.
from his work. Yeah, I mean before that, like when I was man, I was in high school so long ago. It's unbelievable already.
You were in high school so long ago.
Yeah, Glamour.
Yeah.
Serious, Glamour
Hey,
I'm
finally.
over
yeah.
both of you. I don't even want to hear it.
I think Glamour doesn't
Yeah,
want
I
to
find.
hear when I was in
Oh
high
no,
school.
you don't want to hear when I was in high school. I rode a dinosaur to high school.
Dinosaur.
I had a horse and I had a horse and a buggy and lunch pails and yeah. They
That was
didn't have plastic yet.
that was way
When did you
back.
graduate high school, Glamis?
1902.
Oh, too. Yeah, right.
No, I graduated in 1980, 1989. So I
Wow.
was a
Well,
teenager in the 80s. Oh, it was so much fun. Guys, if you had been a teenager in the 80s, my Lord have mercy, that was fun.
I actually was. one.
People are like, yeah, people are like, oh, I hated high school. I'm like, I loved it. I had a blast.
Figures a female would say that. I got picked on all the time.
Oh, you
I got
were?
picked on. I mean, I was in a
No.
blue collar neighborhood and I liked books. That's not you get picked on too. Everybody gets picked on, but
Yeah. I don't remember being picked on, but there were some kids that got picked on, and sometimes you would look at it, and you know some kids didn't understand, like it's not good. So at the time you were kind of getting angry that those kids get picked on, but you can't do anything specifically. You can talk to them, but sometimes it would cause fights, and
yeah.
that's what was happening, Glamour, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, girls get picked on sometimes in a different way than boys do. I didn't get, fist fights or anything, but girls kids can be mean when they want to, you know.
Exactly.
So I didn't
Nowadays,
get picked on all the time. Yeah, I didn't get picked on all the time, but you know, everybody had their fair share. I would say it was passed around.
right. Yeah, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But you know, it happens in any type of I mean,
Mhm.
doesn't matter when it was, 80s, 90s, right now, you know.
Sure.
I mean, my son goes to school and he still like sees it all the time, you know. So
Yeah.
it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember my I remember my youngest son's first day in kindergarten. He got bitten by one of the kids. And I was so mad. And I was like, oh, he got bullied on his first day. And then like a week later, I get a call from the principal's office and he was running around biting all the kids. And I'm like, okay, I gotcha. let me go resolve this one. So
yeah,
yeah, apparently everybody got bitten in. It was like a gang, and you to get in, you have to be bitten in or something. I don't know.
What?
I don't know about I don't know getting bitten, but sometimes when I was every time like in like I don't even remember when it was, like long time ago. Sometimes you get into
Mhm.
fight with someone and they will start biting you. Like they'll bite you on the hand or a leg. I had
I
this.
mean, I guess I guess if that's where if that's what you can do, I guess, you know, there's no they say the rule of fighting in the street is that there are no rules of fighting in the
There are no,
street.
believe me, there are no rules at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I know all about it. So that's that's what happens, unfortunately. But you know,
Yeah.
but Glamour, it's also nice of you to do fundraiser. You know, it's really nice that you can be part of those.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was something that I think everybody was thinking about. So it was already on people's minds. So it's not like I'm the original, I mean, all I'm doing is lending my channel, really. But the cool thing is that, Nate and Chuck do a lot for a lot of people that, they're kind of unsung heroes. They don't brag about it. You don't hear them talk about it, but they do a lot of things for a lot of people in a lot of different communities, and they're very, very supportive. And
You apparently
so,
don't know the same guy
it
I do.
makes sense. Huh?
Well, I said you apparently don't know the same Nate I do.
Maybe not. That's possible. That's possible.
I'm just being facetious.
Wait, does your Nate have like an oily ginger chest with open tropical shirts? It might be the same. Never can tell if that's oil, beer, or sweat.
Oh,
He's shiny though. I know
Yeah.
that.
I know.
say,
I know.
I did a little fundraiser for him a bit back, and now I guess I'm gonna brag. I guess it's not my intention, but I sold my French Indian Revolutionary War stuff to raise money for him. Unfortunately, I only got $100 for it, but I figure it was all worth right about that anyway, and all that money went right to Nate, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
He needs it, and Chuck's the one that
$100
bought it.
is really $100 is a big deal. That's like half a dozen eggs.
Yeah, that's very
I
important.
mean,
Right.
If
yeah,
they're on
that's a
sale.
layaway down payment. Yeah, for a dozen eggs right there. You got something.
Exactly. That's very important.
Yeah, I have to go. Oh God, I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow. I don't want to.
Glamour, just
It's gotten
don't
so
go.
expensive.
Don't go.
Oh, you have no idea. Oh.
Yeah. Trust me, Grandpa figures it out. When we run out of food, he'll figure it out. So yeah, I better. Although I've gotten good at like making whatever's in my cabinet, like kind of stretching that and it's not because we can't afford groceries, but because I don't want to have to go to the grocery store and slug all that stuff and then put it up and then put the dogs in their cages while I do that. So it's a long, big thing if I have to go to the grocery store, because I go to 2 or 3 different stores anyway. So I've been, I'm like, ooh, let's see, a can of tomatoes. We've got some mac and cheese. We'll make this little thing with some hamburger. I mean, I've been getting really creative, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes he's not. So he's like, "Can you please just go to the store?"
See, that's what happens. Just go to the store. We don't have any food.
Yeah, that's one of my. I mean, I'm Mrs. Nichols is my full-time job, so that's a part of my job. Nate is an a-hole, but he's our a-hole, and we love him. That is 100% true.
That's true.
That is 100% true, and he is really a sweetie heart at the best.
Yeah, he is. Sweet, you know,
best way.
Sometimes, you know, people have to go through this kind of stuff, and it's tough, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
and that's the thing. Everybody, you know, everybody can use a little bit of help getting by.
Yep.
There was when we were newly married, I guess about 2 years in, he played beer league baseball at like the VFW with his buddies like 2-3 nights a week. And one night he broke his leg and he had a spiral fracture, and he had he didn't have short-term disability. That was only optional at the time at his job. And of course, we're young and healthy, and we don't think that he's going to need something like that. And so he couldn't get disability until the 3-month mark. Well, he was going to be out of work for 3 months. I was the only one working in the house, and I'm working at a hotel for like $10 an hour as a desk clerk. And I mean, we were just broke. And there were so many people who reached out and gave a little bit here, a little bit there, did a little of this, did a little of that. And we made it, you know, that 3 months. Of course, we cut costs to the very bare minimum too, but we made it. And I'll never forget the kindness of how kind everybody was, how kind people were.
Yeah, that's nice, you know.
That resonates with me.
Oh,
that's really good. I mean, when people support like that, you know, it's really nice. And fortunately, there are a lot of people who are coming forward and doing that. You know, that's very important because of how kind people are. And, you know, it's like when time comes and you need some help, you know, it's nice to see people come together and do that, you know.
That's right. Paying it forward, you know, any kindness that you've ever received in your life, just, you know, gives some of that back.
Exactly.
What is that? That looks longer than it is wide. Is that what I think that is? That better be a salt shaker, mister.
What are you talking about? You talking about me?
What you just held up? I'm talking about what you just held up.
Broken precious moments that was already broken.
Oh, it was already broken. Okay.
It was a really good fix-it job, but I don't sell broken things. So
yeah,
unless they're like, you know, from the 50s or something.
How many precious moments you got? You got a lot of precious. That's my favorite product, actually.
89.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
That's a lot.
I picked them all up for less than $40.
No kidding. I had a roommate who used to collect those in like a big curio cabinet. She had everything. And I said, just out of curiosity, why do you collect those? And she's like, oh, I don't. My mom just she started giving them to me when I was young, and she just keeps giving them to me.
A lot of
like every Christmas and birthday. Yeah. And I said, well, those are going to be worth something someday. She's like, a lot of them are worth something now. And this was like 30 years ago.
That's true. I sold. You know,
last 10 years, you couldn't give them away. I mean, they wouldn't even sell for $1. Nah, but I've been going to, you know, I go to auctions. That's what I do. And the prices on these have been going up on all the auctions I've been going to, which kind of gives me a feeling that maybe they're actually starting to sell. So,
yeah, everything comes around. Everything comes around.
Exactly. That's what happens with different products. You know?
Yeah.
I could probably
but if you could find an original,
sell them. So I could probably take half of these and sell them at your gig.
Maybe it's not going to be all chicks too. I have like comic book people follow me. I have, you know, I have guys like Roman and you know Cheesehead and some other guys that.
Some weird people like me.
And all kinds of weirdos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All the weird people.
Yeah, and It's hard to tell because we'll have people in and out of the chat, I'm sure, all
Yeah.
night. You know, not everybody stays for all 4 hours, but sometimes people will wait for their favorite seller or something like that. So, you know, it's honestly, I told Chuck, just spin the wheel, and whatever you love selling, whatever you know, are ready to answer questions about or whatever, that's what you sell. That's
right.
why I've got Chanel and Manola Blahniks and Remy Brooks. And if you're not a clothing person, look that up.
No, I'm not a
Yeah,
clothing person.
I have two of my, I collect Coach, like vintage Coach, and two of the Coach from my collection are going to be in that. One's a giveaway and one's going to be in the bag of box or the box of bags.
Wow, that's nice. That's very
Yeah,
nice.
I know clothes.
We have, well, I have an excess. It's ridiculous that any person has this many purses. It's gross. So I needed to get rid of stuff anyway. I have spring cleaning and I'm like, you know, here's a thing that, you know, has been collecting dust for 10 years and I haven't carried this one yet. So let's just get it out.
Yeah,
So I don't
that's
become too much of a hoarder.
That's nice of you. I mean, Coach, I mean, is really good stuff. You know, it's like people who collect this kind of stuff also, and not just Coach.
No, I have a Dooney in the box of bags. I have 3 Coaches, one Dooney, something of London. I don't know why I'm spacing. Dune of London. I have a bunch of Vera Bradley too. I got rid of all the Vera Bradley in my Poshmark closet. I'm like, I don't like it. And it's not my thing. So I'm like, I'm getting rid of it. It doesn't bring me joy.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of Vera Bradley, which sells. I just don't have the patience to look up all the patterns and stuff.
I know it sells. You know the clothing. I mean, you're mostly clothing seller. Like you sell, yeah, and purses, leggings, my favorite product.
Yeah.
Leggings.
I actually sell it.
Do I,
To tell you the truth, I pick them up and sell them sometimes. You know, on Poshmark.
I've got leggings in one of those bags. There's a bag of stuff too that is like it's got a Yeti t-shirt that's new with tags. It's got some Izod men's golf shorts, stuff like that. So
What's up, Mike?
So
Mike is here.
Mike?
Mike, he's a big nerd.
Yeah,
Oh my God, she said that's hilarious. Literally nothing funnier than a fart. Than a well-timed fart, there's nothing funnier.
Yes, that's what happens to Jeff all the time. Something funny happens to him.
I always feel self-conscious about saying the F word, about saying F-A-R-T, believe it or not. It makes me self-conscious. When I was growing up, my mother would not allow us to say it. And she always said that, no, that's a vulgar word. You cannot say that word. So we weren't allowed to say F-A-R-T. And now I feel more comfortable saying the other F word than that word. That's no lie.
Well, that's nice. I mean, that's why my parents also taught me not to say any bad words. It's not good, you know. And I learned the hard way sometimes, you know. Before
yes.
my dad would even spank me up, you know, not gonna joke around, you know. And that was tough. That was tough parenting. Nowadays, all the newer parents now, I mean, they're like very like light on their kids, you know. Not like when I was growing up. I mean, it was different. You know.
Yeah. Your dad ever come out with that belt folded in half and did the snap thing? The snap.
Right.
You knew one was coming. You knew you were about to get a butt whooping.
Exactly. And I mean, nowadays kids have like an easy type of go around when they start doing what they're doing sometimes, you know. Because of different mentality. Before there wasn't, you know, any social media. There wasn't too much even internet way back. So when I was growing up in the like 80s, or like 90s, beginning of like whenever internet started, I actually graduated from high school. So it was like in 97. So that's when internet started to come around a little bit, and
Yeah.
my generation who are in their 40s right now, they're like completely different people compared to someone who are in their 20s and even younger. Like I
That's
sometimes
exactly right.
sometimes I don't understand what the heck is going on. And why are they like that? But it is what it is. Cannot change it.
Well, they
I
say if
grew up
you
with
beat your
that.
child that he has emotional scars, and I believe that. But I also believe in corporal punishment because it was done to me, and I think I turned out okay. So yeah, I might have mental issues, but you don't know that.
I
Because
think that there's, I think whether it's physical or not. Now with my parents, it was physical. They were down for a spanking. They'd line us up if we had to. We had
yeah,
too many
mine
kids.
too, mine too.
Um, yeah, but I think it's whether you believe in corporal punishment or not. There have to be consequences. There have to be consequences for disobedience. There have to be, in my opinion, you have to set boundaries with children, because otherwise there'll be adults that don't understand boundaries. And that's where you get into like these psycho crazy, entitled, spoiled kids.
That's when they
Exactly.
become
That's when
politicians.
yeah, politicians are worse,
Yeah.
drug deal. Well, actually, I was going to say drug dealers, but uh 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. I mean, some kids are spoiled so much that you kind of don't understand how the parents actually responding to that. But you cannot do nothing
Yeah.
because you can't do anything because that's parents' job to properly teach children on how to behave. So you cannot go like even when you have like grandparents, some parents don't want their parents to try to teach their kids how to behave. They get upset at their parents. That's what
Oh
happens.
no, I'm very much you will say please and thank you. You will have manners. I'm very much that grandma. I'll snatch them up by the little neck. I'm like, you listen up here, boy. And because I
That's
used
right.
to do that to their fathers in Walmart, no matter where we were, in the grocery store, at the Cardinals game, I would snatch them up by the back of their neck and just do that pinch right there, which hurts, by the way. I do that little pinch and I'd be like, I swear to God, I will take you out to the car and I will whip you all the way there. You better shut up.
That's actually nice. That's what's supposed to be like, Glamour. That's very important.
Still works, and they're all successful. They're all normal tax-paying citizens. None of them are in therapy. Well, I mean, one of them's in therapy, but that's because of the military. That's not me. But in general, they're all like tax-paying normal citizens who are law-abiding citizens who are turned into great parents. So I don't feel bad about it.
Right. That's
I'll
good.
snatch up their kids, and I'll snatch up their kids. Don't play with Grandma. Grandma don't play around. I'm too Midwestern, and I was raised with really, really good manners, and they had better have good manners with me.
That's very important. That's good parenting.
My
That's very
I'm strict.
my little sister, will be 50 this year, um, she'll never know the joys of being whooped by grandma. I got whooped by grandma.
You
That
got
that that thing where you hear all the old people say, my grandma said, "Hey, go fetch that twig off the tree so I could whip you with it." That shit happened to me. That wasn't a
yeah.
trope. That was me. So
My dad had to pick his own. My dad made us pick our own switches. Yep. He was, and
and
it's not like he was like,
grew up
beat us
Midwest.
bloody or anything, but yeah. That was just, that was old school country. That's how they did it. I didn't whip my boys, like my dad whipped me, but I didn't have to either. They knew I had the death pinch. They avoided that. Plus they were just, when you set boundaries for kids again, 9 times out of 10, they will follow them. And the 10th time you have to deal with what you deal with.
exactly. That's important actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Amber, Mike. I said hi to Mike.
Hi, Amber.
Hi,
Amber's
Amber.
probably out picking up free boxes of gold bullion. So
I'm actually listing clothing right now, which is something
Are
surprising.
you?
Yeah, the
Did you
jacket.
do the measurements?
2, 3,
Yes,
4.
I did. And I'm listing this jacket. I've shown it in just when I got onto the live. This is a jacket right here. That's women's vintage Pierre Cardin.
Whoa.
It's like a
Turn it
windbreaker.
around. Let me see the other. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so 80s. I love it.
That's cool.
Late
Why?
80s, early 90s. I would definitely put the words not in the title, but in the description, Roman. I would definitely put the words Golden Girls too. I don't know if you know this, but they actually have girls conventions.
I saw it. I checked the listings already. Sold comes. There are some of them that actually have that wording in the title. So
Those 30
Yeah,
bucks for something like that a good price? I mean, the way you guys talk it up, I'd say it'd be worth like 50 or 60 bucks.
there is one listed right now for 50 bucks, but it's not gonna probably sell at that
I'm
price.
trying to understand
Yeah.
a clothes seller's mindset. I have no wish nor desire to sell clothes, but I want to understand the market.
Yeah, it's kind of like I would equate it to milk glass. Do you remember when everybody wanted to get their hands on milk glass and they were willing to pay sky high for anything that you had that was milk glass, right?
Yeah,
And then
well,
all of a sudden the trend stopped and they went on to something else, right? It's like Beanie Babies where people were paying sky high for certain things and then all of a sudden that kind of let off. So clothing is kind of like that too. Styles change. And literally one person, one internet influencer, Gigi Hadid, can walk out of her house in anything. She could walk out of her house in a yellow polka dotted bathrobe, and I will be darned if you could not keep one of those in your store the next day, and you can charge $400 for it when it's worth 15 bucks. So it really just depends. It's like everything else. It really just depends on what's in style.
Yeah, exactly.
But well, and there's also, there's also some things that are a Ralph Lauren polo is a Ralph Lauren polo. It's been the same for the past 50 years and people still buy them. People will always buy them. So, you have to kind of look at what the demand is for your particular item.
That's not just
Yvonne
true
is
with
right.
Beanie Babies and things that people know about. That's true with the things that I know about the different kinds of porcelains, and I know things go in waves, fads, trends, whatever you want to call them. I know certain things sell. A lot of things sell really great in spring because people are getting out of the house and they want to go
Yeah.
do things. In those first few weeks, they won't buy shit because they're outside. But then after that, everybody gets into their happiness and hey, the economy's starting to. Well, it's getting better. I'll just say that. But
The sun
little
is
by
shining.
little. So, people's
And now
mood.
all the garden decor that's been sitting around all winter, not moving at all, is going to start flying off the shelves. I just posted a crap ton of swimwear because I know that this stuff is going to go like fast. Shorts are starting to already move out, short skirts, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, right now shorts and swimming trunks.
Oh, that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of shows.
Yeah, swimming trunks. If you're gonna start looking for Chubbies, that's a good brand for swimming trunks. Chubbies. If you find it, I mean, I have never ran into it yet.
They're called Chubbies.
Yeah, like it's a brand. That's what it is. You can
I've
check
heard
it.
of those.
You can check it.
Chubbies.
It's on, yeah,
Mhm.
that's what it is. That's what it's called.
I'm sorry. That's it. I'm a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, it's kind of check
Just
out.
listen to my booty shorts box.
Yeah, check out Salt Camps on Chubbies. I mean, they're like different prices, but if you find them like cheap, they can sell for decent amount. Like even around, like some of them can sell for like 40 bucks. So like
Wow.
it depends on the pattern, but they are
Well, that makes
popular.
sense. Yeah.
I don't know why. Apparently, some kind of material they're made of, but. Any of those brands that
That was mom got it. Yeah, Alice. Okay, yeah, I could see. I'm sorry.
Greetings, Alice B.
Like
How are you?
I got a 12-year-old boy that lives inside of my head.
Yvonne is right. Chubbies, actually, it was something that I didn't know about. I learned about the chubbies from Matt on part-time pickers. He was finding those swimming trunks, and I was looking them up, and they were selling for a decent amount. So I didn't know about that brand.
Yeah.
That's why you watch some channels, and you're kind of surprised at some of the brands, that you've never heard about. So
My best sellers were were the classics. The Volcoms and the Hurleys are usually my best board short sellers if I'm selling like men's swimwear.
yeah, there are a bunch of different ones. I like, for example, today I went to the thrift store. There were a bunch of Billabong. There is like there are so many different brands.
Billabongs are not.
Yeah, Billabongs are not bad. I mean, the patterns.
No, they're great. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some other ones that I know about that I've seen before. It just depends. Like if you go to garage sale and buy them for $1, that's one thing. But if you go to a thrift store and they're priced at like $4.99, $5,
That's right.
I mean, there is no point to buy them at thrift store. It's like you're not gonna make. I mean, you're gonna make maybe a couple of bucks profit after the fees.
Yeah, you're gonna make enough to grab a Taco Bell on the way back. That's about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why, like everyone knows about sourcing at thrift stores in terms of clothing. Clothing is like
Yeah.
if it's priced around $5 for a T-shirt. I mean, you're not gonna be making much money in the long. I mean, after you sell it. Same with jeans. Our jeans, for example, thrift store are priced like Levi's. They will be priced at $9, $9.99.
Isn't that ridiculous? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Now,
like
if you can get the red tag or the blue tag day where it's 75% off, that's
Right.
great.
exactly.
I usually try to source most of my denim. I source through ThreadUp because they'll have like a DIY rescue box for like $39 for denim for like 30 pounds of denim, and it goes a long way. I make a lot of money on those boxes. A lot of money on those boxes, and it's like all different kinds of denim that comes in. So if you want to get your denim on, there's usually you make your money back pretty quickly.
Some of the mystery boxes are not mystery boxes, but the ones that I see some of the YouTubers like Veronica, she will order
Yeah.
stuff. She will order stuff from those. I forget their websites all the time, but doesn't
It's
matter.
ThreadUp, yeah.
Yeah, ThreadUp, and
ThreadUp is
yeah, and if you get the box, I mean, eventually after you sell everything and you list everything, you will be in a decent type of profit. After the cost of goods, it's not similar
Yeah.
to thrift store. If you're gonna buy so much clothing, from thrift store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference is with the thrift store, you don't have to unpack the mystery. You know exactly what you're getting when you're walking out. But the bins, pound for pound, obviously the bins are going to be the very best deal. And yard sales, because you can always talk to people and see what else they have, and you can see if you're friendly enough, they'll give you kind of a decent deal. And
Yeah.
not a great price for resellers, but a decent price for the end user. Got to catch them slipping to make money nowadays. And that's the key. That's why I do the fashion reviews and why I do the fashion portion of the show and stuff like that, because we do want to catch them slipping. And I do want people to know, and you're like, oh, this Nike jersey is $20, but this, I don't know, this Ramey Brook silk top is like $2 at this yard sale. Well, Ramey Brook retails for like $500 for that blouse. And, I usually put a good hundo on a Ramey Brooks piece, 50 if it's got any little bit of damage.
How often do you find
So,
something like that?
How often? More often than not, actually. Usually about every time I go thrifting, maybe every other time I go thrifting, I find something that is where they just don't know what they have. They just don't know. They don't want to do the research. They know what Nike and Victoria's Secret and Polo are, but they have no idea what some of these higher end brands are. And, so you can end up with they know an Armani suit, but they don't know a, Uomo Pronto, and that's like worth a lot more than an Armani suit at this point. So it just, I was thinking I might do a men's clothing special just for the guys, just for the dudes.
For the dudes like us.
I'm a dude.
Yes, first, yeah, queer eye for the straight man. Yeah, that's gonna be fashion eye for the straight guy. Yeah. I need to do one of those where it's just straight guy clothes and just some names that you may or may not know that will actually sell. Yeah.
That's good.
I started off selling clothing. Well, no, I started off selling crafts, but when I started selling anything, which I did sell anything, I did clothes, and I was a young reseller. I made mistakes. High rate of returns for a lot of the tops and the pants, and I just screwed that. And then I found auctions, and I'd been going to auctions a while, but I mean, the power of buying in bulk from auctions was a look. I find Disney stuff from early Disney stuff.
Wow.
I can pick it up for
incredible.
like $1, so.
Yeah. That's another thing. The people who do like the storage units and the people who do the auctions, they go to like those big estate sales and auctions. They have some really great items there too. Yeah.
That's true.
Let's see. Cheesehead's problem with women's clothing. You've never touched any? No, that's fine. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. You have
that
to
makes
understand.
me want to take a drink, Glammaz. Thanks.
I just raised a house full of men. Sorry.
Actually, Jeff is right. I mean, Jeff is absolutely right. When you go to stores,
oh yes,
every time I go to men's section, I will know right away
Yeah, right.
there are going to be a few brands that I'm looking for. Women's section, there's like hundreds, like a lot of different ones, and you don't even know about some. So you have to research, and it takes time. That's why I only try to stick to men's clothing, unless like with women's, I would actually get some jackets like pullovers with like different types of colleges, like older vintage ones, like with college names, and like jackets, windbreakers, something like that. So where I know.
I think it's always good to venture outside of your normal reselling circle from time to time. That's eventually, sometimes I'll buy comic books, sometimes I'll buy hard goods, sometimes I'll buy things that I don't normally, buy. I tried to buy electronics one day at a Goodwill. I am the worst. My husband's like, why did you buy a bunch of phone cords from 1980? Nobody wants those. He's like, look on eBay. Literally, that's like $1. I'm like, oh God, okay. And I paid like $5 for this huge bundle and thought I was really getting them. I suck so bad at electronics. I suck so bad at it. But you have to kind of, we all, it's always good to venture outside of your comfort zone and sort of try new things so that at least at least a little bit. I think it's always good to know a little bit about everything.
That's true. I mean, that's what happens with me since I sell everything, so I have like a lot of different knowledge and different types of things all the time. And every time I go sourcing, that's why it's more like complicated for me. Whenever I look at things that are in a store, I kind of try to research everything, and it takes more time than if you go just looking for specific thing. For like someone who sells only like specific things, they just go in, they just grab it and leave. You know, they're not gonna stick around, you know, researching stuff.
Yeah,
So
I've been caught out running comps in the back of the store before. I just did sitting there running comps on shoes. Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
Actually,
You
with
okay?
electronic,
I'm gonna jump off of here. I need to eat my dinner, and then I'm supposed to meet up with Veronica to do some listing tonight. But just wanted to show some love and thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you, Big Brother, for being a part of the auction, and I look forward to seeing you Saturday if I don't see you before.
Okay.
all right, Glammaz, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night, sweeties.
Bye. Yeah, that's what's important about this whole thing in terms of clothing. I usually, uh, you know, I listed sometimes whenever I find, like today I found actually really good jacket, men's Umbro, which is a good brand. If you run into this brand right here, I'll put it in the comments. You can actually comp them out because some of them can go for decent amount. This brand right here, it's called Umbro or Umbro. I think it's called Umbro. But I got it because it was like a really cool red color, and it's very rare when I find like those types of brands in like colors that are different, like not in different, like unless usually it's black color most of the time. And today I found the one in red, which is actually stands out, and you know, I grabbed it because I know the red one will actually sell faster. So
This is
the
Umbra, spelled with an A.
Umbra. Yeah, but it's actually not a bad brand. I knew about this brand a long time ago, so it's like sometimes you run into them, sometimes you will. Mostly people buy Adidas and Nike and stuff like that, you know.
Hey, FSJ, how you doing? Hey, my internet, Comcast just got a hold of me and said they want to restart my internet, but now it's working fine. So
Man, this internet, I also constantly. My problem when I do my lives is that constantly I have an issue with internet, but I already got used to it because, like, whenever I lose internet, I just go back into the StreamYard when internet comes back, you know. So it wasn't an issue so far, but it happens all the time. But I talked to Spectrum. They sent the guy here that checked it out and said, like, I may need to upgrade my actual router because my router actually that's connected to one of their modems. They said it's not like one of the better, like, you know, brand routers. So I might probably get a good one that I used to have, like Asus brand.
you know, back in the day, Asus brand was the brand to go by in computers because it was good stuff. Now I don't think that's so much the idea. They've got, you know, I used to work for Foxconn, HP Foxconn, if you know who they are.
Yeah, I know HP. Yeah, Foxconn, I
Yeah.
know.
Well, you know Foxconn, yeah.
Foxconn
So
actually makes they make chips for hard drives. Like they will put like on their circuit boards, most of the circuit boards on hard drives, they will have Foxconn chips, you know, on them. So Mike, what's
Foxconn,
up, man?
yeah.
I just didn't read the comments. Mike is my good friend. Especially from Saturday. Mike finally came out and said that his stories from back in the day were the best stories in the reselling community. That Mike was telling us those were the greatest stories you will ever hear in your lifetime. So I'm actually gonna list. I actually listed some clothing today already, which was the things that I don't like, and that's why I select I select specific days when I only list clothing and shoes. That's it, nothing else, because I have to clean it and then I have to do measurements, put the photos,
Huh.
with measurements in the listing for the smart buyers. You know how smart buyers are on clothing? They will not read any description, so you have to put like photos with a tape measure, so they see the actual length and pit to pit and sleeve. That's very important. Sleeve length, because since they don't read anything, that's one of the most important things that you need to do when you list clothing.
Network.
Let's see
I don't
what's.
think I've heard of that.
Oh, someone came in who was doing something bad. You already took care of him. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it means you made it big when you get the kooks.
Yeah, that's very important. That's very cool. When you
Yeah.
made it, you get the trolls constantly. That's when you become famous, big bro. That's it. We have to celebrate that you became famous finally. After you got the trolls, that's one of the parts of YouTube live. You get you get you get the trolls.
What the?
But nothing else I found good today in the thrift store. I mean, I was in a thrift store today, couple of them, and today was actually not good because usually, like for example, last week I went to the thrift store and I found a baseball glove, which was $200 on eBay, and it was only $3.99 at thrift store. So when I found it, I didn't even comp it at the store. I kind of paid $3.99 because I knew, I mean, the worst it can sell probably gonna be around $20. So paying $3.99 was not a problem for the baseball glove, especially adult Rollings brand. And then I got home and checked the comps on Therapy because there were none listed, none sold recently actually on eBay. So I had to go to Therapy to check the model. And when I typed it in, I was surprised that it was selling for like around $150 to $200 in the past, and all of them sold. So that's why I was like, wow, it was a bolo. I found a bolo again. It's very important. Sometimes you find a bolo, you don't even know about it unless you go and find it on Therapy. If there are no souls, no current souls that you cannot, I mean, can find, you know. So what else you gonna have at the auction on Saturday?
I don't know. I'm thinking about putting together an ephemera lot. Believe it or not.
Ephemeral lot is always good, you know.
You know, like I've got this thing here. It's hard to see, but it's a 1921 Happy New Year Day card, and it's got the calendar full on it. So, well, I mean, it's got the actual calendar. It's about as big as my finger, so it's kind of unique. I found one in sold comps and or not sold comps. Somebody trying to sell one very similar to this, and they're wanting $50 for the one card. I want to reach in there and slap them around sometimes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but you also got some postcards, right? I know that you probably have postcards from like vintage postcards, or you don't have vintage postcards.
I've got it. I don't know if you saw the haul I had with all the photographs. There's some real photo postcards in there, but they're all kind of part of the whole thing. I don't know.
I kind of, people who sell ephemera, it's kind of nice because, in my opinion, I know sometimes it's long tail
Yeah.
compared to something that has good sell-through rate. That's understandable because for the ephemera, like postcards, like I don't know, any type of ephemera, like maps, photographs, like yearbooks, all that type of stuff. It has to be specific buyers that comes along and buys it.
Yep.
It's not something people need to actually, right away. That's why it's a long tail type of Mexican type. It's a long tail type of product, but at the same time, if you look at it in terms of return rate, if you're gonna list only ephemera and you actually have it properly described, which some buyers don't read as usual, as normal on eBay.
Of the breed.
I
Yeah.
mean, there is gonna be I mean, you're still gonna get returns on that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-mm. I've
it's gonna
never ever gotten a return on any ephemera thing ever.
yeah. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's very rare, and that's why people, some eBay sellers that only sell postcards, which I know there are some that only sell postcards. I think their return rate is very low. Same with sports trading cards. Like if you sell sports trading cards or like Star Wars cards, Pokemon cards, this kind of stuff. I mean, you're not gonna get many returns
Yep.
on that stuff. I mean, that's like, in my opinion, that's one of the products that will not get you returns. So you kind of eliminate it in a
Well,
way.
you deal with a lot of electronics. I watch you. You do a lot of electronics, and I automatically think, well, if somebody's not pleased or they get it and it didn't quite do what they exactly wanted to do, then they're gonna fall back on you. And
Exactly.
Amazon
You,
makes us all look bad because they'll accept any return no matter what. Walmart too. So you know,
I can tell you that by going to the bean store, for example, so far, thank God, so far, um, to my surprise, actually, but I hope it's gonna stay that way. So some electronics that I sold, which were like, I mean, had good sell through rate and selling for decent amounts. So far, I only had from the bean store itself, because I checked and calculated. I only had two returns out of maybe 40 things sold.
see, that's not
So
bad.
it's not bad. I knew it may be risky, because of products and bait and switch type of scenarios. A lot of people try to stay away from high end, not even high end electronics, like good brand name electronics, because sometimes certain buyer will come along, he gonna buy something and then try to do one of those bait and switch type of scenarios during the return process. And
Well,
eBay will side most likely with the buyer,
mhm.
and then you're gonna have to file through IC3. I did before. So I did file through IC3 and won actually one time through that website, because but you have to wait. I mean, I waited for like almost, I think, 3 months until I got reimbursed. It's like, it's not very, like, you go to some comments sometimes in certain you know lives and read about the IC3. It's actually not that simple to get money reimbursed fast. You're gonna have to wait. It's like similar to post office insurance claims, or like even UPS. UPS, forget it. UPS, you're not gonna get.
Yep. Or
UPS,
FedEx.
UPS, forget it. I mean, the buyer, if the buyer receives something from UPS and it's broken, I mean, even if you claim insurance, they have to go to UPS, bring it there. UPS has to inspect it, and I don't think buyer will go to UPS to do that. I mean, rarely. I mean, you cannot make a buyer. I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, if the buyer is nice, they can go. So that's my opinion. You didn't freeze up. I thought you froze up for a little bit.
I stare.
No, I thought you froze up, but you didn't.
Yeah. No.
So, but yeah, with electronics, always, I mean, you have to be careful, but it doesn't matter what it is, as you guys know. Sorry, guys, Big Bro probably froze up. He'll come back. It's so I'm by myself doing live from Big Bro's live. Sorry about that, guys. I know it happens with our internet sometimes. So it wasn't my internet this time, but you never know. My internet can go down also. Sorry about that. If you guys don't see Big Bro and just popped in into the live, Big Bro disappeared. So if you guys popped in at Big Bro's live, you're kind of surprised why Roman is in Big Bro live. But he will come back, guys. I say speaking, Ivan, I don't know if the my actually today Ivan was I didn't sell much. I sold. Here's Big Bro, guys. He's back. I had to tell everyone that it's not my life. It's your life. But Ivan, that's for me. Actually, today I had 3 sales so far. I sold a collectible figurine for $80, which I had for a while. That's another example of something that people don't really need and only collectors buy, like ephemera. And it sold for $80 earlier today. It was like a creature from Black Lagoon figure. Sold
I
for
love
$80.
that movie.
Yeah, that's by brand called Mesco. Mesco Toys. So if you guys gonna see this brand called Mesco Toys, pick it up. That's what it's called, Mesco. It's a brand. So this sold, and then I sold a pair of shoes
Sure.
on Nike on Poshmark. Actually, I had a Mercari sale today for $90. I sold an espresso machine on Mercari. It's like, that's what happened lately with me, with my cross listings. I've been selling stuff on Mercari for like $60, on Poshmark. So if you cross list, I mean, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna still sell different things. And then on eBay, I sold. Let me see. I sold like I forget what I sold. Oh, I sold a plush. So I sold a plush today, like a big 21-inch sheepdog. A sheepdog plush for like $22 plus shipping. So that was not bad. And so not bad. I mean, couple sales and Mercari sale for the coffee machine. So not bad. Not bad so far for my standards. You know how every seller, everyone who sells on eBay or any other platform has their own standards of how they sell stuff and what's a good sales day for them. So everyone is different.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you cannot find everyone the same trying to make certain amount. I mean, it's not gonna be possible. So I hope everyone is selling today and has a like I always on my in my life tell everyone how important, if everyone has decent sales day, that's always good. You cannot control it unless you have great items right away that have great sell-through rates that sell fast, or if you do certain pricing discounts on things that will sell faster. But everyone can do it. I mean, you know, people running the eBay stores, it's not their first day, so everyone knows what they're doing. They don't need to, you know, learn it every day. So you're gonna have ephemera and something else, or you just gonna have ephemera? I think Big Bro disappeared again, guys. Sorry once again, guys, for